Hey guys, just thought I'd shoot a quick video showing you the buildings I'm working on the last couple of days. Running over here to my desk, excuse the shakiness. These two buildings are ones that I'm working on right now. I've pretty much just finished the building stage. The first two that I started finished. I finished painting these two. So if you haven't been following along, they're a foam core shell. Basically, they start out like this. All the white sections are made of foam core. It's basically four walls. This one's a little bit more complex. It has got the overhanging section, which you obviously don't need to do. You can just be four walls. Cardboard roof, just made out of two pieces of thin card, and matchstick. Not matchstick, like coffee stirrer, kind of like tongue depressor, lollipop stick kind of detailing, balsa wood detailing. That's the basic shell. And then I use the same sticks to make a sort of a paneled planked roof sort of setup. These two here have got the foam brick chimney, which is just sort of a 1 inch by 1 inch strip carved with the brick pattern in with a pen. And then I use this stuff here. This looks kind of like whipped cream. This is a lightweight spackle or wall filler, featherweight spackling. So I sort of bought this just off a whim, just to see how it would work. Like it's weird. Like this huge tub, if this were normal spackle, it would be like really heavy. Excuse those cans. But this is a lightweight stuff which I thought I'd try out, and it works pretty well actually. The only trouble with it is that you need to apply glue to the surface that you're applying it first. Because it's kind of dry and fluffy, it doesn't stick to things like a regular spackle does, because it's very heavy and wet and gluey. It kind of sticks really well, whereas this, you need to glue it first. And then when I'm applying it into the panels, so I use a brush with some PVA and paint in each panel very quickly. And then I use this knife. This is another idea I got off Viv. This is sort of a palette knife, homemade palette knife. I got a pack of 3 knives for like $1 from the dollar store, and I bend it like that, and then I can scoop it. And say I'm holding the building on its side like this. I sort of use this to spread the spackling out into the panel, and then any that sort of ends up on the trimming, I just wipe away with a finger like that. So that and so this starts out pink. It sets white, so you can see in the video like the base I spackled yesterday, just to get rid of the wooden edge. I sort of smoothed that out, and that's gone white, but the paneling, which I've just done this morning, is still kind of pink. It's starting to whiten up because it's starting to dry. And that's that stage done. Then I can start painting it, and once I finish painting it, that's when it ends up like this. I just use like there's my cans of house paint in the corner there. I just use a black with a big cheap brush. There's my brushes sitting in water, getting all gross. Go the black first all over everything, make sure I get into all the little cracks and all the nooks and crannies. Then I dry brush it with a medium grey, and then a lighter grey for the paneling. Then I go back with just an artist's brown paint, just because I don't have the colour I want in house paint. I just use this cheaper artist's paint from like the dollar store and apply that to all the wood areas. And then I mix in a bit of beige color, or you could just use a lighter brown. I just use what I've got, mix that in, and dry brush the brown areas. The flock, which you might have seen on my Facebook page, I make myself. I just PVA flock all the way around the outside, and the clump foliage I also make myself. So these are little shrubs made out of clump foliage in there. Once I glue them on with PVA, I seal everything with a watered down PVA. I use a spray bottle to wet the surface of everything with a spray bottle of water first, just straight water. So everything's kind of damp. And then I mix up my PVA and water so it looks kind of like this. It's very sort of runny, kind of like cream. like coffee cream. And then I get a big syringe, which you can get from the blah 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 blah. Where is it? Excuse me. You can get these from the chemist for a couple of bucks. I can't find it. Damn it! Like a big syringe. I sort of just suck up the PVA and dribble it on. And because the water is already set in the water is already sprayed onto the piece, the PVA just sort of spreads out, and it's really, really good. Whereas if you just apply it to a dry surface, it doesn't really spread. It sort of bubbles up and pools. So that's how I seal down I do the flock and the clump foliage at the same time with the sealing. And once everything's sealed, then the whole piece is done. And that's that. So that's, well, actually, to be honest, I've still got to go back with the black and paint the windows, and then I'm going to sort of give it sort of a gloss varnish, or maybe just use some PVA glue, and those pieces are done. And so I'm sort of just doing 2 at a time. I've got 6 in this lot that I've got to do. So I've got these 2 that I've finished, these 2 that I've just got to paint, and then I've got 2 more over here, which are in the early stages. And yeah, that's what I'm working on lately, guys. Thanks for watching.